In 2006, a man by the name of Andrew Mason tried to cancel a cell phone contract, and he thought it was so difficult, and he couldn't possibly be the only one who had this problem. So he wanted everyone to get together and have some sort of collective bargaining power. Then in 2008, Groupon was born. My name is Jessica Lowry, and not only am I an avid Groupon user, but I've also done some research into the company, how it's done so far, and its potential future. Now you may ask, what is Groupon? Groupon is a daily deal site. Actually, that's what it started out as, but now it's much more than that. A daily deal is essentially a voucher that you would get for a restaurant or a spa, and Groupon offers it at a steep discount, usually about 50%. Then Groupon obtains 50% of what the consumer pays, and the business takes the other 50%. So the incentive for Groupon is that they get money for advertising that business. The incentive for the business is that they potentially get new customers and repeat business. Now, like I said, Groupon now is a lot different than it was 4 years ago. Now they have getaways, which are basically discounted vacations, goods, which is basically like shopping online, and now deals, which allows you to say where you are and what you want to do and pull a deal for that very thing. The company philosophy is very simple. They sell stuff that they want to buy. They want to give you good product. They're no BS, they want to be honest with you, and they have unbelievable customer service. Now you can access the Groupon website from your phone or from your computer, and when you purchase the voucher, it'll look something like this, and this is what you can take to the business in order to redeem your coupon. So I already mentioned Andrew Mason. He's 32 years old, and he's a music major, actually, and he's the CEO of this very successful company. He lives in Chicago, where the headquarters of Groupon are, and that is where most of their employees are, and they have 10,000 employees worldwide. They actually started out with just a dozen employees and increased to 350 within a couple months, and now they're at over 10,000. So who uses Groupon? Groupon has 35 million registered users in 48 different countries, and those countries span 5 of the 7 continents. Now, the demographics of Groupon are not too surprising, but some of them are very surprising. So age and gender, basically you have 68% of Groupon users are between the ages of 18 and 34, which isn't too shocking considering those are the people that primarily use the internet these days. And with gender, you have about 77% of females using Groupon, also not terribly surprising. But when you look at things like employment or salary, actually most Groupon users are employed full-time and make over $100,000, which I think just goes to show that people are using Groupon not just to save money, but also to try new things. And this is exactly Groupon's mission. They want to become the operating system for local commerce by offering these discounts. So they don't want to be just about the deals. They want to be about local businesses and helping the local economy. Now, Groupon has some competitors. Living Social is probably their most popular. Google Offers is fairly new. Google actually offered to purchase Groupon, but Groupon turned it down. So that's when Google Offers was born. And then Buy With Me is another popular deal site. Here's a chart of the revenue of Groupon from the first quarter of 2009 to the third quarter of 2012. Now you'll see here that in 2009, the revenue was only about $1 million. And now in the third quarter of 2012, they're up to $570 million. So that is a huge jump. But you also see here that they've leveled off a bit in the last 3 quarters. So what does that mean? We don't really know. So the future of Groupon. There's good and there's bad. The good is that, like I talked about the now deals earlier, basically Andrew Mason wants to go from a push mentality, which is sending emails out to their customer, to a pull mentality, where the customer knows what they want, they know where they are, and they want to pull a specific deal for that very thing. They're also entering the hospitality industry. They have a new POS system that they've put out at some restaurants and bars in New York City called Breadcrumb, and it's been very successful, so they're looking at expanding it to other restaurants and bars and other cities as well. But there is some bad feedback from businesses, especially from small businesses that are using Groupon. Some of them are saying that, they're not getting the repeat business that they thought they would. They're not getting the new customers they thought they would. And these new customers are sometimes taking precedent over their loyal customers. Like say you have a spa and you only have so many appointments in a day for a massage. The loyal customer might expect that they can get the appointment that they want, but with many Groupon users, sometimes it's hard for them. So this is also causing Groupon some heartache because they are getting negative feedback from some of their users. And like I showed in the chart previously, is Groupon a dying art? Is it something that in a few years people are going to become bored of? It's something we'll just have to wait and see. So if you're a Groupon user, I hope this shows you a little bit about the company and kind of encourage you to use Groupon even more. And if you're not a Groupon user, I hope you give it a shot because it really is a good company and it helps local businesses. After all, 35 million people can't be all wrong.